Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this update we are going to check out GALA's price chart. And are we actually in here cooking something very special? In today's video we are going to talk about the recent move on the upside. But before that, if you remember the last time that we talked about GALA, we were right around this area, and the idea was that most likely this is just a simple ABC zigzag, and odds of having an impulse is just so low that is going to make me say, you know what, it's not going to be anybody's primary case, and we can probably count on a continuation of the move down in order to take this important low all the way down here about 1.5 cents, and we may go just a bit lower. And that scenario, unfortunately, as you can see, pretty much played out. The question is, what is happening in this area? So first things first, in the interest of not getting your hopes up that much, let's talk about a bearish count indicating we may have an ABC structure. In that case, sub waves are going to be like this: 5 up into a correction for wave B, maybe ABC, maybe WXY, possibly even a triangle, doesn't matter, and yet another 5 up into C. Let's go on the live chart and count sub waves. Okay, let's start counting from the lowest low down here. I think this is one correction for wave 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up into wave 3, probably a triangle for 4, another move into wave 5. Followed by that, I believe we can all agree that this is a beautiful looking ABC zigzag, and also this might be yet another impulse on the upside. This is 1, 2, and then probably, yes, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into wave 3 to about here or here, not important. Correction for 4, another move into wave 5. Now, according to the bearish count, this is probably going to be just an ABC zigzag. However, at the moment is not confirmed yet. I think if you want to be in the short term a bit bearish in GALA, you need to wait a little bit more and see from the current point or maybe a bit higher. Generally, before we take this important high about 1.6 cents, are we going to have a move down in order to take the low of our B leg right in here about 1.54 cents. Why is that so important? Because if we do take this low and our move down is going to start from the current point, okay, at that point, question: how exactly are you able to show me a 5 wave up to about this point? I'm not going to say it's like absolutely impossible. No, anything is possible, and they say never say never. So I'm going to say this, and you probably know what I'm about to say. Maybe at that point, finding a 5 wave is going to be possible, but the shape of that is going to look so odd to a degree that is going to make me say, you know what, why should I go with a 5 wave as my primary case as opposed to just this beautiful ABC zigzag? And once more, you need to be a bit more bearish in the short term in GALA and argue this move down is going to continue, and then we're going to take the lowest low about 1.49 cents, and we may go again just a bit lower. On the other hand, now let's talk about some good stuff. You see, there is a chance that we may have a series of 1-2s in here. This can be 5 wave up into a wave 1, followed by a correction for wave 2, and then we may see a good move up, a strong one into wave 3, 4, 5, which on a higher degree, that might be into this wave 3, followed by a correction for 4, another move up into wave 5. And I want to emphasize on this, you need to see sub waves like this, okay? If we see this structure playing out, that could be potentially a fantastic sign indicating maybe in GALA, after all, we have hit our final low. Do I like this scenario? I don't mind having it, but for now, it's really too soon to jump into that kind of conclusions. Let's say this, I think in the short term, this move down, in fact, it does actually seem like a correction structure and not an impulse. And well, this means we should probably expect another move on the upside. Now, whether that move is going to be an impulse and we're going to go according to the bullish count, or maybe this is a key, that move is going to be just a simple ABC zigzag, and on a higher degree, we may have like a WXY in form of a double zigzag, which suggests overall our downtrend is not over. Okay, that can be up for debate. For now, all I have to say is this: I think in the short term, we are kind of primed for a move on the upside, and we need to pay attention to the shape of that move, okay? Because that is kind of the key that will determine what is going on starting from the lowest low down here about 1.49 cents. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in GALA's price chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.